Oh well, hello people, it's Not. I am GGP, back with another drawing on my thumbnails. I'm not sure which part it is, because I already make so many that I lost the count. Again, not so many, I think it's like not above 20. But like I don't even remember what not 20 it is. Maybe it's already 20. Maybe even more. I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly. But I'm continuing doing my thumbnails. I got enough thumbnails, which mean more than 12. Or slash stuff exactly. And by way, I just go to my drawing processes. Man, I think my tank will be viable today. Because again, making this video quite early in the morning, so I just recently woke up. Could probably hold a little bit, but if I'm gonna hold a little bit, I probably will make this video at night. And okay, I'm not sure, I bloody hate making videos at night, but I would prefer making videos at slightly morning-ish, or day-ish, I'm not sure. So let's get to the drawing process right bloody now. Okay, so this one is one of the long making and very not complicated, but it's long making. So it's one of a Metal Family reaction where I'm trying to draw every one of my OCs in the art style of Metal Family. I would say, well, okay, whenever I do art style challenges, I would say I never freaking nail the art style fully. It's something different from my original, but it's not Metal Family full. Like I would say, maybe it's like a fusion of tools. Now I already tried to do Metal Family art style for a while, and it was like when I started reacting to Metal Family, I tried doing them in the Metal Family art style. But back then they have different art style. Like back then they tried to be with more realistic people. With time the art style get a little bit more simplified, and it's a thought will come up later in my future reactions. So here we'll draw basically every of my Cs. Okay, basically let's say each of them is in the same position. Like the only one which will be different is the Greedy Me, because he's short, because he's sitting on the slabs, and Moody Me, who's like fully covered his face to cry, and Negative Me, who is pretty much tired. And mostly again, for mostly they all copy pasted, like I choose the same base, just adding some new details. And mostly again, the Positive and Horny Me look exactly the same, minus the different clothes and eye colors. Also, we'll do the same effect for eyes, where eyes will be half cut, because I noticed some characters have those eyes. Minus will be next to who have those bags underneath his eyes. Which again, I take inspiration from glam makeup. And mostly, yeah, no, mostly I guess it's pretty simple. Again, it's just me drawing my OCs. I mean, in diff Nasta, but again, it's Nasta not so complicated to be something special. Like it's not Metal Runner, where I make such a complicated art style. Okay, in Metal Runner it's also not complicated. I mean, with shadering, okay, the first one was pretty complicated because I maybe overkilled with details. The second one I did a little bit less, but again it was nice. But also for those art style challenges, I am trying to remember every detail from the art style as possible. Like for example those nails, which I saw once with Vicky, I think, but not sure. But again I'm sure. Sometimes I do miss some details or unique aesthetic of the art style, like with funny images how I did notice how legs have no separation line. And I'm making so many references, images, well, references which I probably have designed to put like recommendation right there, but I absolutely have to put recommendation on my reactions and my gameplays, and then some bonus action depends on what I say. Like here, bring up the old image for colors because I need to borrow colors. And once again, with this one, it's all simple. It's in the form of comics, but like comics very small. With next to me just saying I'm tired, that's why he's not crying. And mostly, well, yeah, Metal Family like give me some serious emotion. Like, but right now I don't think I have any series which give me such sad emotions. Like right now, Metal Family like the league champion of giving me sad emotions and actually bringing up very strong emotion in me. Okay, like the odd ones out and some other series also bring me some joy and laughter. But it was joy and laughter. For now, well, for other series which actually have some serious plot will be Hello Boss, but for now, I would say for emotionally, Metal Family hit me much harder. Both of those series are not so blind reaction in my case. But like this will be the case. But yeah, so I decided to fully show my emotion of cryiness. I also did a Censor image, but for Censor image I didn't record it because it was just simple hand and like not even best drawing hands. But I think I missed some spot with Censor drawing, like one spot where were boobs, which I didn't notice. Because I didn't notice in the first time I checked the reaction and was censoring the things. Although I should probably expect she would be there. I mean, it's the same bar, the same drawing. Although in a different place. Although is it different? I'm not sure, I have to just see the map in the room. And usually cartoons don't do such good quality of beef. Memorize where everyone's supposed to be standing. Now, this one, I think that's all I want to say, so wait a minute. Here, check. Beards exist on every one of them. And I think every important details is also there, so for next one we shall go right bloody now. Okay, maybe I should start this video a bit more earlier, or later, because I am feeling a bit tired and kinda want to sleep a little bit more. But okay, you know, procrastination is like one of my greatest weaknesses in my YouTube creation. And there were some cases where procrastination was stronger and I delayed some project. Now for this one it was for gameplay of Sonic Mania. Yes, I played Sonic. And yes, I uploaded it because it was not so heavy, it was Sonic, and in Sonic it's pretty historic game. So now I'm trying to figure out the bugs of this game, so it's like the point. Like the horny me and moody me trying to understand the controls of Sonic, because their controls are pretty unique. And also me trying to be in the art style of Sonic. Would say I didn't nail it exactly because I would say my character's body are pretty thickish. But the face may be super close. Like with art style copying or art style mimicking, the hardest part is to understand what it's supposed to be. Like for example, Sonic have some unique eyes. My job requires me to understand how the hell it's supposed to be looking and how the hell it's supposed to be working. Like, I'd say like the hardest part of understanding some art style. However, understanding some proportion of the characters is like the hardest part to me. Since I didn't create these characters, I have no idea where it's supposed to be what and that and other stuff. And how they're supposed to look in a different perspective. Now, it's basically the same characters which I did with the Pop music video reaction, where I draw them as different type of animals. So I decided to keep them in the same species animals. Like the more horny me will be a penguin, because I again said earlier in the What of Science, which is parody of Magic School Bus from Comedy Central. Oh no, how it's called? I don't remember. But man, I just said it and you have to just remember it. Or maybe you never watched, who knows. So basically will be the penguins are the horniest one. And Moody Me will be this circular octopus, like octopus with those circles. And decided to keep him in the same species. And mostly for the design, again trying to do Sonic eyes, which is again require me to understand how they will look. I guess Moody Me, man, it's kind of hard to tell that he's wearing a mask, but he's supposed to be wearing mask. And because I did mask eyes holes too big, because he's supposed to have the eye holes. Although in some art style the mask is usually just like a face and the eyes just on top of the mask. So maybe I could just do it in the same way. Maybe keep them like all those eyebrows, like not making these holes way much bigger. Now for the circles on his head I decided without the lines, just do the circles, drawing them with a brush. And for background, again backgrounds are not my strong part, so I decided to be close to original Sonic background, but again super minimalistic. I did it in the way of comics, decided to do the tentacles slowly again outside of the mask, and also decided to draw beards because I bloody forgot the beards. But I remember them doing them now, and they have beards now. Also again for negative me, for moody me, you can notice that he have also the beak, but it kind of look like Homer Simpson chin. But it's supposed to be like octopus beak. And for reference images, okay, like I don't think Sonic have any penguins characters. Okay, it does have one, but it's like pretty chubby and not in the Sonic art. Well, yeah, it's a Sonic art style, but it's chubby and not Sonic shape body. So I decide, yeah, find it something of fun as drawing and try to be that. But again, I would say I didn't nail the body. Like the body is pretty thick. I think in a Sonic it's like top heavy, then going slender to the waist, and then legs. I didn't nail this part. And yeah, I didn't nail it. Although I did some nice, although I would say shading is pretty nice, and plus I also like the way I did the eyes. So that's like what I like in this one. For negative me, okay, for reference I use this octopus from the comics, but again I wouldn't say it's like full-time reference. I think I take a lot of originality. And most of other stuff, but yeah, I like this drawing. I would say for now it's like the best one in the batch. Although I have to refresh my memory with some drawings, maybe there will be second one in the best. But for now I like this one. Once again it's like, okay, I would say minus of the original one. Well, original one is my idea one. Like I want to be Moody Me, like having his pupil very shrink up and him like bloody trying to bloody understand the commands, like he's going slowly losing. But I think in this one I did him pretty chill and like he's just reading. Like I want him to look like he's about to break, but I think for that I did like super small eyes. I mean, not supposed to add whiteness in the eyes. Like I learned from the ink tank that by shrinking the pupils, you can add nice effect of the craziness. But maybe I also don't have to add the waters to the eyes. Maybe the waters to the eyes make it a bit more saner. Well, yeah, that's what I want to say. And lastly, yeah, not much can say. So for next one, we shall go right bloody now. Okay, so the next family is kinda do look nice, but again, compared to the previous one, it's not that strong. Yes, my positive self just showing the bed. And it was gameplay of memory only. And yes, another game funnel. It was my new game rush, and I was making lots of those games funnels. Okay, like no, I was still do make reactions. Like it just way more gaming video filming than my reaction filming. So I have enough video content and to make funnels for those video content. And for reaction, I have to make them on the stats. And usually, I would say during my new game rush, I would say usually my reaction channel is like the one which have least the videos on prepared, so I have to make them during the time I make them. So it's like would be just instantly like the video supposed to come up. Like the video already supposed to come up, but I have nothing, so I would make them and then like instantly make a funnel and upload them. I would say right now it's a bit more better, but I would say still my gaming video have a lot more content than the reaction video. Like I would say on couple video more right now, like it's not like super big difference. Because I was making new game rush and I was playing multiple games in the same time. And then the reaction I didn't upload the next day. But for this one, again I'd say it's a very simple concept. Like the room does not have much details because again I hate backgrounds and try and usually just work with my characters. Let's say, okay, I think this was the point where I think about giving my characters like thicker eyebrows. And I think I changed this because I like way smaller eyebrows and plus they do save me times. And plus they usually look pretty much the same, while with thicker eyebrows I think they all look very different from each other. Like I'm not that good at copying myself, to be fair. Well, how much copying? Like making an image which look pretty similar to the previous image to keep some continuity in the art style / design. Like I'm not good at this one. But again, for bad, it's like I called the video room tour and like the only thing I did in the game while playing this game for the first time. Talk about some ideas of the cyberpunk / biological punk and checking the whole room. Like I think in the games where you can check the whole environment, I freaking do this. I check the whole environment and not playing and then creating very long gameplay videos with less content. But it's like a set reality of me. Well, how much set? Well, yeah, I think I'm like, well, how much? I mean, I know some YouTubers who like play the game, but they just circle and route to finish the third. Like I'm sometimes do that, but I'm trying to beat the game, and sometimes it gets distracting. But on this note, yeah, not much can say. Nothing is missing. I did him in the sitting position where legs are spreading there. There is the back cheek you can see there, and mostly for other stuff, yeah, look nice. But again, okay, maybe I should start doing those notches without the line on them. But I think eyebrows also look good on my characters. But again, it's like extra adding. Okay, not so much extra, but again. And I think I usually do like thicker eyebrows, but again, still mostly for art style or trying to be nicer. Like I would say I do thicker eyebrows for my drawing challenges and that stuff. Also, again, let's say, yeah, not sure, I'll think in the future. For now, I'm thinking not doing thicker eyebrows, but maybe doing this little circle nose. Although maybe also not the circle nose, maybe I need to add this nose line. Like the circle and the line on top. But for next one, let's bloody go. Okay, I'd say the next one is also on the same complicated level, but again, would say, okay, maybe not the same level. But this one was my reaction to Murder Drones, the second episode, and yes, Murder Drone is continuing. And plus, I think we have some future plans for the whole season. And which one I already created tons of theories, so you have to go watch my videos to learn these theories. I'm not sure is that interesting theories or not, or maybe it's a theories which already, I think every possible people is having. So for this one, I decided to draw myself as worker drones once more. Like, I draw myself like my positive self and negative self as assembly drones. Now I decided to draw negative me, greedy me, positive me, and horny me as worker drones, while nudie me will be a murder drone. And for that one, okay, again, I would say my positive and horny self are mostly similar in personality. While the horny me being more logical, while positive me being less logical. But most I think they're pretty much similar in personality. Well, again, decide to draw them close to each other, holding hands and freaking running out. You know, man, there's like a dance where you're holding hands, which hands, first of all, two hands go like this and in front, while other hands go like this, but also connected. Something like this. and decided to do this like this one, which will look pretty good to me. To be fair, I like this. Okay, I would say with characters which was pretty lazy, I would say will be next me and move greedy. Because again, I want to draw all my characters as drones, but I was pretty lazy, so I decided to draw negative me from the back, holding a gun, shooting at negative, at moody me, still getting confused with my OC names, sorry for that. And the greedy me will just, you see, will do the hood, but not the body. Like, I was very lazy in drawing the body. Although I think I spent like a decent amount of the day for drawing those characters. Which again, man, it's like a simple work, but it sometimes can take days. Although, well, not days, the day. Like, it usually takes me like one time a whole day. Although I do take lots of breaks because I also get lots of desire to take a breaks and not work. And I do take lots of breaks. So sometimes also the reason why it can be this long, because I take so many breaks in minutes or hours. But he decided to draw the moody me in this position. First of all, doing the thing I like to do now, which is arms separated by the line. At the second time, going on the background layer. And also, yeah, that's like the only thing I like to do. Also, decided to do a yellow eye instead of the red one, because I think like the disabled drones only have yellow eyes. Sorry for this mistake. Although maybe I could just break the rules. Although I'm not like breaking the rules. Like here I drew the gun from the back, which again, I think I didn't find that good. For iconic weapons, I want to my characters all have the iconic weapon, like one weapon of distant range and one weapon of close range. Like for negative me, it will be Tommy gun with katana. But for positive me, I think revolvers with bat. For moody me, I think just fist. And I think for horny me, I want him to have a whip. But for close range weapon, maybe a AK, I'm not sure. For greedy me, maybe just simple Glock. And for close distance weapons, or maybe a dagger. Or not the dagger of this karabin. That's a cool thing. Yeah, so I decide on what weapon my characters will be originated. I mean, I still haven't drawn them with this weapon, but if I have a chance, I will try to draw them exactly with the same weapon. Well, I mean, I already kind of draw negative me with a Tommy gun, but it's like really hard to tell that it's supposed to be a Tommy gun. Like, I think I did nail it. And most of our characters, yeah, I mean, what say, the negative me and horny me are pretty much copy-pasted with just different clothes and different eye colors. And being a bit lazy. Also with background being a bit lazy. I'm trying to create the effect of the tunnel, but I didn't nail it. It does not look like a tunnel. Maybe it looks like a circle they're running on, but again, it's not a tunnel. Plus with moody me, I want him to be more in flying position, but I think he's just standing there like with arms like this and wings. And his jacket like flapping behind him. But I don't know, I like this joke. It's one I can tolerate. So for next one, let's go wait, beard check. Each of them have beards. Well, except the moody me, but because he wearing mask, he's not supposed to see his beard. Okay, beard check is passed. So for next one, we shall go right bloody now. And for next reaction will be Alpha Beta. The series, which I find okay. Okay, man, I don't know. Okay, what I want to say about this series? Well, I would say it's pretty okay, but if I did a tiering list, which I bloody like talking about. I did a tiering list for reaction and gameplay I did, and I bloody like talking about them. So I put I think I put every animated series I ever react to at okay. Like every one I put it okay, except for Metal Family because it's like give me like true emotion. Probably better. I would say it's like nice entertainment, but again, saying like it's a serious show, I would say just okay show. But for this one, okay, original idea was me to draw all my Cs in the spacesuit, like because I want to have a gimmick where my characters will be dressed as if they were inside of the game, which will be very cool. But I decided this will be too much work, drawing over my OC, and I kinda want to be lazy, so I decided just to figure out another thumbnail which will be easy to make and will still look pretty interesting. I don't know how much my thumbnails look interesting. I would say they look somewhat interesting, but like super interesting I will not say. So the idea will be the horny me, being a horny me, would freaking flirt with Ruby. And the Eddie does not like it and he freaking threatening myself to bloody killing him. And mostly, man, again, I did like a full-time body with nipples and details, but again, it's not visible. And plus I also did this, again, I would say it would up with the jacket. Like the jacket is supposed to go in, but I make it out. And most of the part which is supposed to be his jacket kind of become his skin. And also again, for nipples you cannot see them. For jacket you cannot see because of a text bubble. Again, for Gun I did pretty nice. For Eddie, man, I could a little bit mess up with the hair. And maybe little lines are bending here. Again, my lines are always bending, so it's like a mistake which are very, very common. And for my OC, okay, I already kinda did them in the art style of Alpha Beta. And also again for my corny self, man, he's kind of still wearing his old clothes. I like never gave him any new clothes. Did I? Well, yeah, maybe in Metarana, one of the farmers, I did give him somewhat military clothing. Because I was mentally filming in the game they were in. But for the stuff, for other stuff, for the gun I find enough reference for the gun which I did. And I would say I did gun pretty coolish. Like I like the way I did the gun. Like maybe the nozzle of the blaster is not the best one, but I still pretty much enjoying this one. And for the stuff, yeah, that's what you can say. Again, I said earlier. I just noticed the gun and I continued this thought which did not need to exist. Now for the next one, let's just bloody go right bloody now. Okay, so the next one for my gameplay of Among Us. And yes, I played Among Us. Despite how many joke am I about Among Us, I actually started playing it. Although when I joke about Among Us, I'm not actually like hating Among Us. I think the only reason why I joke about Among Us is because other people joke about Among Us and I'm trying to be with other people on the same level. Most for Among Us, I feel rich enough into this game. And mostly again, okay, it's like not the first time I draw Among Us, but it's been a while, because I make some Among Us video animated. Which again, I kinda did forget how to draw Among Us. Although I refill my mind. They're like very simple to draw, but my minus will be, again, the fact that bendy lines, and me not being very close to art style. Like my art style, me trying to be close to art style, it's kinda become a hybrid. Well, it's not even a hybrid, it's just my skill. The original art style with less skill. I guess that's the best we can describe. Well, I'd say it's pretty nice looking. Like for example, my OC for Among Us gameplay session, the MonoRick, decided to name his way because of his one eye, and Mono and Rick because I just come up with random names. We even post the killing sound background, actually the red and blue. Like I usually for my Among Us video, I constantly make red, kill and blue. Like it's a way I did very constantly. And again for background, well, decided to do the copy of the room, which again would say to look nicely. I guess maybe the characters, okay, maybe the background characters not the best looking. The MonoRick, okay. And for the stuff, actually maybe his shader is not okay. It's like they're pretty wavy. But to be fair, I would say the last in my case do give me lots of waving. Although to be fair, maybe because I drew it with the mouse. Like I drew it with the mouse. Again, I would say, man, I think every animator, like, whenever you say drawing with a mouse, kind of start looking down. And like, they're looking at drawing with the mouse on the not superior way. Well, I don't have this thing where you draw on the iPad, plus I don't know how they work. I'm drawing with the mouse. And clicking it. Big buttons. But on this note, yeah, I don't know. It very relies simple drawing. And again, simple drawing, but look pretty nicely. Like, to be fair, for now, each drawing I did for now was super simple, but nicely. Like it was made pretty nicely. But with me, when I make simple drawings, there's not much things I can do, so I can kind of overkill it. Like the case where I overkill the drawing with simplicity. Like I did something very complicated and I didn't nail it and it's looked not so great. Although to be fair, man, how much I understand my content. Well, not so greatly I would say. Like there were cases where I could look weakish on it, but some of them cases where I look pretty superior to it. But on this note, let's just get to the next drawing project right bloody now. Okay, so for next fun, I return to my favorite game, GTA. And mostly again, okay, the reason I didn't play GTA because I had the new game Rush, and if you watch me, you know what this is. Like, I played too much games and decided to play them all, so I started them all. And for now, there will be no new game rushes, well, until I beat the games I have right now. And by beating, I mean like 100% in them, and plus adding my own challenges for entertainment. Now for this one, I don't know, didn't have much ideas, just returned to GTA, and GTA Los Santos. Oh, is it Los Santos? Oh yeah, the city in GTA like represented as not the best place, so I decided to draw fires, and my characters like freaking sniffing the fire. And also again did a nice effect with the smoke effect, it was the graffiti spray brush. Man, I can't decide, maybe I should experiment with the brushes. But the way I have those decided to experiment with brushes for a while. Like starting with my drawing in the art style with Ginger Ninja and Salt and Sketches. Where I decided to do freckles for Ginger Ninja with some unique brushes. I think I just have unique desire to do brushes when I want to do some experimenting with effects in it. Also I like don't use them much often, I usually just go by the same brush we used earlier. Okay, don't actually see it because my face usually hiding the brushes I use. But I use something like pen, liquidish pen. Although to be fair, man, I know I have a problem when I shrink the image, the lines get sometimes pixelated and the background can be visible. Maybe if I pick a deeper brush it will not be such a problem. Maybe it will get fixed later. Maybe I can actually do something about this. Maybe there's a brush which can shrink perfectly without losing its quality. Although maybe it's like every brush have this problem, so like there's no way to escape. Although not every brush, I think there's like something like a normal brush, not vector lines. But if I work vector lines, I think I didn't like it because I think the lines. And whenever I move the image, every line will get moving. Maybe that's not every line. I think I tried using, but there was something I didn't like about it, and I did not start using. But I think those like the one which is when you shrink the image, it will stay exactly the same perfectly. Like the lines will get, and there will be not gaps between the liners and colors. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like the lines sometimes get very thin. But on this note, yeah, I guess following GTA, and for GTA, I sometimes make the Censor image as well. So right now you will see all Censor image I did for the GTA video. Okay, so for Censor images will be negative me sitting and corny me checking. So basically I just went to strip club. Well, not exactly went, I just appeared there. And I did miss the opportunity to go in the special room to check some stuff. And it was a very awkward experience and was joyful experience, I'm not sure. Like the Censor in this was a real pain in the ass, like there was so much censoring I need to do. It was again some things I actually did miss. And like I have to restart from the beginning. Well, not restart, like what I did. I cut it in the original montage process. Create a separate montage process for just this moment when nudity is placed. And I was censoring it. And there was some places I missed. And plus I was using this unique effect on DaVinci Resolve and you can make the Censor image moving. But there was a problem that I would mess up and the image would move faster than the teeth go. And the teeth will be open. And there was places where teeth were open because the places were moving. They showed movement. There were angles which is my image could not fully cover because I make the background translucent and my characters is not a full square. I have to move it and do that stuff, and again, it was a painful process. And man, I sometimes think in the future I will play the games with some nudity, which will be very hard to censor. And that's probably why a lot of people cut this stuff fully open. Now I have to remember some new tricks I learned with censoring the image, like for example, cutting if I really messed up with the moving process and like started from a brand new spot. But now just making it super quick in place where it will be really hard to cover. Let me make a white background for my characters. And for Horny Me, yeah, it was just to cover Trevor S. But once again, it was not much work there. It was with the simplest censors I did. And also, I think this little square of whiteness was enough to censor it. But for next one, let's bloody go right bloody now. I guess the next funnel is not good, but it's very cute. And to be fair, again, not good, it's very complicated, too much harsh. It's not super hard, but I will not say it's super hard in a good way. Like with that, I would say they were super simplified, but they were good. This one is also simplified, but I would say maybe I did overkill 2 details. That was my reaction to Cass when the Paul continuation of his recap cartoons. It was me drawing my OCs in the art style of recap cartoons, where first of all trying to be in this chibi mode, and trying to have this unique aesthetic to characters where, well, you know how plankton have 2 eyes, and sometimes characters just merge the eyes into one big eyes with several pupils. Trying to be this. But in my case with my OCs I'm trying to give them very longer necks. Like it all starts with super slender longer necks, slowly going to this one. But I would say they kinda look like Simpson characters. Like they bloody look like Simpson characters, and I bloody understand this, like maybe the reason why it looks so super cute. But for this one, yeah, I didn't have much ideas and decided to just draw every of my OCs in the art of Cass, while both of me getting beat up by the Stitch because I kinda mostly see them as a band. Like I already draw them as a band, so I decided to continue this theme of them being something like a band. With both of me being singing, and Horny, no negative, Emoji me being guitarist. Some of them I don't know sure which one will be, but they will all play the guitar. And Greedy Me will be on the drums. And once again copy pasted the images, adding some more details, and mostly that's it. Yeah, That's it, not much can say. Well, for this one, okay, with Greedy, I decided to cheat a little bit by not making him a full body, but covering it by the drums. And again, trying to make the music instrument basically pretty much the same. Okay, with Horny, I would say I'm a little bit messed up because I gave him a little bit way bigger head. But the fact he's the only one which look this way, so he's like the only one we actually need to draw a full-time body. Also, just noticed I stopped using the red background for coloring. Well, yeah, because I would say I do like using the red background for coloring instead of the white. Because I like to use white colors in my drawings, and it's way easier to tell where I painted or where I did not. And once again, I usually pick the colors I don't use much often in my drawings. And which again, it's pretty easy to navigate. Well, my neck is super hurting right now. Yeah, it's like painful. Maybe I didn't lie on bed correctly. Maybe, well, yeah, I did not lie on bed correctly. I get it hurt so much. Okay. And now actually talking right now, I feel a bit much better. Okay, I would say when I started this, I was in not the greatest mood of doing this, but again, slowly getting this mood. Actually, I would say lots of my works, I usually start pretty weakishly, but then slowly getting more jamma, and then start enjoying this again. Like a chainsaw, like one pull I just start spinning but not doing anything, and after a couple of pulls I freaking roaring. Or how I said, yeah, roaring. For this one, yeah, for background again super simplified and yeah, not much can say. For Stitch, I guess, man, okay, I kinda think I did give him out, but they were hidden behind my head. Or Forge of Self. And once again for him, I would say he does not look like an exact copy of that Stitch from the cast video. Once again, the proportion and my pointy lines. And one of the ears not symmetrical, although I think that was not symmetrical in the original. But they a bit more bigger. But again, mostly, yeah, that's not much I can say. Once again, for Forge of Self, I just said I give him a very bigger head. And man, I think I usually, man, as much as I start, usually I make them, usually in this looking this way, like his body almost hard time turned. Like I noticed him doing this quite often, which I did not notice so much. But for other stuff, again, not much can say. So let's go for the next one, shall we? Beard, yeah, every character have a beard. Even the Greedy me have a beard. If you did not, just like this mask always will show his beard, like it's a gaming command protected to have. And for other stuff. Again, like I said, not much to say, so let's go to the next, shall we? Okay, so the next one from a continuation of streams, which again didn't do for a while. The only games I stream is Shadow Bandit and Sword the Sea. And the only reason, because I beat them. And now I'm doing 100% of doing every challenge. And also again, the reason why I stream is mostly because I don't want to record the same thing for a long time. But because if I'm gonna stream this... Okay, I did things which can be possibly interesting, which can bring like the new content, and which one can give a new content. Once again, I see streaming as the thing I can do for a long time, multiple times. Like usually like trying to beat the game without taking damage, or trying to speedrun, or trying to do that stuff. Like, the same thing multiple times. Like I see streaming for a nice way to do this one. Okay, let's say maybe it's not like best content you can do on YouTube. Like imagine playing the game multiple times. So like some people can get sick of it, some people can enjoy this. But I follow the logic of speedruns. Like speedruns like have multiple runs which they make live and people sometimes watching them. Although to be fair, then I make a perfect run, they just edit the video and then keep it in this perfect run. Well, I don't search for the perfect run, I'm searching for the normal run. Like the only case where I actually did something close to speedrunning would be me trying to get the achievement, so I'm beating the game under 4 minutes. Which I actually did. And also come up with some original challenges. For now I will put the Sword of the Sea into box until it need it again, until some people create new challenges, which is I would consider interesting. Okay, so I ran out of space on my phone, well, because I do have some other project on there, and I had to put some stuff on my computer without even saving on my phone. Like usually I keep the two versions on my phone and the computer for my face recording, but other stuff for other stuff. Okay, so talking about this one, it's some more details about the aura, but I would say it's like the one of the well, nah, I would say one of the weakest will be my first aura drawing. Well, it was just his body and that's it. This one at least did some colors variation, but again I didn't do any shading. Me milking this game because I would say it can do like milking the game. I mean, I come up with my own challenges for the game, so I would say it's milking. I'm milking this game. Although, man, this game is okay. I would say it's one of the video games which actually get some audience from me. Like I would say it's Shadow Bandit, Sword the Sea, and some other stuff. like those games actually get me some audience, so like they still have some fan base, which is go follow them, and that's kind of give me viewers. But I won't say those viewers are like liking the video or like sharing them, they just watch it, and sometimes not even finishing it. Now with this one I also did the characters of Greedy Me, because I long time want to add some more characters to the mix. Okay, maybe I want to add some Horny Me, but let's say most they all look the same, with different numbers of eyes, different colorful clothes, and the Horny Me will have gills on his chest as well. And maybe look pretty slenderish. But now you know how Greedy Me will look in this art style, well, in this OC form. Now for other stuff, decided to draw a rock underneath the pods me will be sitting, and for other stuff, god damn it, I have not much to say. Plus, let's not make this video very long, because I think I only have enough for one more cut. Okay, not enough, but okay, you know, let's just get on the next one, shall we? Okay, so we continue with thumbnails, which is very simplified, but also I have no idea what else to do. So it's for animation, the amazing team, finale, much more rounds and that stuff, so I just decided to go with team, where points of me getting suffered, and usually by negative me. So they will win heads of soldiers, the helmets, cannot see. Of course, negative me can still see, the positive me think he cannot. And again, they fight it. That's the gag. That's like the whole point of this gag. And once again, for this one, okay, but the characters kinda look different. Well, because first of all, I didn't draw the eyes and faces, I just drew the helmets and the heads. And maybe that's why they look pretty different. Although can I say it's kinda look like animation art style? I think there's no lines which separate the head and the neck. Although maybe it's a new one, maybe in the old one there was. Honestly, I don't even remember. But it was not intentional to be animation art style, so I will not say this. So for next one, let's go right now. Okay, so last 4 thumbnails would be created my art vlog. Oh, is it possible to even call an art vlog? I just didn't have any motivation to work, so I didn't want to do thumbnails. Well, I kind of forced myself to do because I think I pushed for next day, and I usually try to keep 4 days before uploading some pattern version, and then uploading and the next pattern version. Yeah, I think I was holding it and then starting working on it. Although to be fair, again, I would say I originally didn't have design, but then forced myself. To this one still a little bit forced, but then I'll start drawing magic, I kinda get into it. Although magic was not also, well, okay, there was some mistake with magic one. Let's talk about this one. It's for sticking to the main, continuing, it's again one of my classic games, and one of the games I have to like. And this game again didn't have any design for name, ideas for names, so I decided to go with Area 51, because there were some mythical creatures, and it's like was Escape from Area 51. And I like the only thing I can call this game session. Okay, maybe I also have decided to call it the zombies something, but I don't remember zombie what. Or maybe zombies. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't even remember. So for this one, I'm trying to create a nice design for the fence, me and I will be running from Area 51. And I know it's an old beam, but you know, I like making old beams. And usually I didn't joke about those memes back then, so I'm trying to catch up a little bit. So again, it will be Naruto running, next to me noticing this is old meme. And mostly, well, I like the design. Okay, how much I like? I mean, okay, those gray parts on the road, maybe not necessary. Like those fences, like I try to get the poles, those stuff on top or bottom of poles, and the net. I think that just the simple net would be just fine-ish. Like I think those grayish between the poles, which is not the net, is not necessary. Tactile get the ground is brown grass, but I think it's really hard to tell it's the grass. Adding a sign with those extra legs on the back, saying Area 51 and going back this way. The blue sky, which I like to do, which is pretty cartoony, but I like to do this because it's like the simplest sky ever. I would say the more, actually I think it's called saying. And recently I noticed that maybe this blue color which I use for skies is actually called saying, because it kind of looks similar. But to be fair, saying is kind of still a very new word to me, like I usually just say it's sky blue. And because again, English is not my national, so you know some words I pronounce by what do they teach me. They teach me it's called sky blue. So maybe it's actually saying. And I've been thinking about it since the play of Hue, which again I think there will be no farmers for Hue. There will be in the future because I did play Hue. But now it's like in my wait and you will see on Patreon and then you will see on my official upload. For this one, I did nice light effect. The negative me also did a nice effect, but I guess the lines is pretty bendy. I would say it's always the case with my legs, they always bendy. The hair, well, the lines for negative me is pretty hard to see. With positive, it's pretty much easy to see. Although with positive, I add some extra layers of paint on the color layer. The negative me, I thought it would be enough. Although I think it's still pretty darkish. Then I could add some colors there. Yeah, I totally could add some colors there. You can actually see some difference between the night. You know what, I don't know what to say, so let's get just to the next one, shall we? Okay, so for this one, I guess what started, I was not in very much mood, but then close to ending I did pretty finish. The idea will be a reactor medic outcast and blasting photos trailer of the old version. So just have to do with the head spots of me and the brain open, while medic operated him. With this one I would say the minus will be in medic arms, like I would say they look pretty unnatural. But if I like draw the first the head and then start drawing the medic, and like depending on where the head will be located, they will determine the medic position of the arms. And like I draw medic and the head separate from each other, maybe I should draw them together. And like placing the arms in the way which will be more natural. Like I think I did very unnatural way of arms. Now being close to original medic, I would say minus maybe I did the chin pretty much super slender. And for close, man, there was also some level of laziness. It was also the effect I want to draw for a while, like placing bodies. Like part of the bodies will be beyond the screen. Like you know when you draw a very big drawing, and like not all parts get inside of the drawing. Like I usually trying to put them all together so you could see them. But now I'm trying to, well not now, I think I also been trying to experiment with hiding some parts behind the bodies or behind the layers. Although to be fair, I think I'm still would draw like put the body behind these things. But mostly again try to do this one. So with arms again I said earlier, yeah, you know, they look like this. Like you will never bloody operate on the brain like this. I think when you operate on brains you will put them like this. I decided bloody do this with position of arms. Plus then you can see no sleeves. Like there's no sleeves there. But with a magic head, maybe body is pretty nice-ish. And with my head, well my head is just my simple head. You know, eyebrows can do look me much better. But, I don't know, maybe I will add some eyebrows. Although I'm not sure. I kind of want to go with just liners, but again I also admit the fact that with eyebrows, big eyebrows, I look much more better. It's hard decision, like it's what I want to do and what I think will look much more better. Not sure, I cannot bloody think about it. Now again for other stuff, yeah, I guess not much can say. Actually, bloody doing going in a row. Although again, as I said earlier, those drawings are always will be way more simplified because I didn't want to work, so they will be like snap of the finger and done. Like that's what I want to go with this one, like freaking done. Okay, like no, well, yeah, that's just a way to say. For next one we shall go right bloody now. Okay, and I've watched the best work and then I've watched there's not so best work. I would say my not so best work. My not so best work will be this one. It my random gang from for the king gameplay, Aura, Bill, and Mania. Now for this one, okay, let's also say they don't look like they look in the game. Okay, Bill kinda look like he look in the game. Aura, not. Like I messed up with your face, like put nice too much to the side. And Mary, okay, I'll say it's okay. So like would say, well, man, I think I will never was super close to being close to the original art of this game. And once again, when I draw them, they all look kinda different. I don't know always. Like I would say, the first time and the second time I draw them, they look pretty funny. This time, not so funny. So plus for this one, I didn't have much ideas. Like the first one, characters have some movement, some interaction, and I did some interesting poses. With the second one, there was some action in the scene. With this one, it just characters in the ghost form, raising from the grave, because I finally freaking die in this game, and I have to restart from the beginning. I would say I'm not against it. So if I freaking finally learn how to use my focus point, if I finally learn what the hell this focus point is. Like I think the game probably already explained it to me, but I didn't listen because whenever games like trying to explain me stuff, I usually bloody ignore it. Like you need to show me the image with some interaction. Like you know, bloody hell, you know in Plants vs Zombies there was this, to show your ability there was little animation, like the characters moving, shooting and using the abilities to show you directly. Or how in the games like button shown on the screen, and then characters interaction shown by via GIF or GIF. How I usually pronounce it? I think I GIF. Graphic. So it's GIF. Yeah, I don't know, I think I'm still pronouncing it weirdish. But GIF. Yeah, in the form of GIF. Like this game does not do this. This game just explains you by talking and maybe putting some markers there. Although I'm not sure, maybe not even Marcus, I just don't even remember. And he can Mary, actually I did notice the face. I mean, nah, she's way chubbier. I mean, she looked pretty funny, she can tell it's Mary, but again, I think in the game she's... Well, yeah, in the game, well, nah, in the game they're all chubby. I guess in my version I kinda see her pretty chubby. With Bill also chubby, even Mary as well chubby. But I think with, well, Aura, man, I'm confusing the name kinda. With Aura, well, first of all I did like very manly skull shape. Although with a man, I think the only way you can distinguish my character as a female by the lips or the hair. And perhaps some unique aesthetics. Now again, trying to be close to the model, I don't know if I kinda lost my perfect reference image. Like I think I have a very perfect reference image for my team, but I find the one I used and which was not so great, and there was some text which were hiding some important details. And plus again I will also bring up the old image of them to borrow colors, because my hair I think they were brownish, but I think I picked completely different color. Although I think they like in this in the game, I'm not sure, I just decided to go with my old version. With Bill, again he was like the only one which is very close to the original, because again most I do his beard and most his emo hair. Surprisingly, Bill have such emo hair, although her emo hair do look nice to be fair. So on this note, man, trying to do them in battle position, okay, with Mary and Aura it was pretty simple, like with Aura just shield and the mallet, like she bonking it or just holding it. With Aura just holding the guitar and playing the strings. With Bill it was the hardest because she's a hunter, and I want him to do in the bow ready to shoot, but I want to do it in low position, but I think I messed up with the hand. Like with this drawing I messed up a lot. Well, first of all I draw the body too close, the arm too close to the body, so like the arrow will go pretty weird. So I decided to move a little bit here, and the arms, but like the arms still look pretty weird, so it look like he doing like this. So I think the best way to do like this. But I freaking screwed this up, didn't I? It's look at it, it's bendy, it's crooked, it's not perfect. But again, this drawing post was the one which I forced myself to work. Like I didn't want to work, and it took me first of all, like I skipped 2 days before uploading the video. Like I procrastinated video upload for 2 days. So I have to just start working on this one. But also will be the 3rd day. Like I start working at night, because I usually just start working at night because I procrastinated the whole day. And after procrastinating the whole day, I have to freaking work at night. And I was working at night, making this funnel directly at night. Like this funnel was made at night. And then I started working on the 2nd funnel, but only starting it and not finishing it because I was super tired and went to sleep. Now, this was one of the bloodiest, simplest funnel ever. And not the best one ever. Like it's like childish. Although I would say my old funnels are pretty childish and unprofessional. But this one I'm not happy with. I mean, I can maybe redo it, but again, video already up. Well, yeah, I don't know. I get generally not a fan of redoing stuff. Well, sometimes depends. Like I redid other stuff. Although it's not like redid, it's more of show how much I improve in drawing stuff. This one, yeah, I don't know. That's the version you get. Sorry. But for next one, let's bloody... Actually, is there another manage I want to say? Well, no, not much I can say. So for next one we shall go right bloody now. Okay, so the next game was, or not the game, it was the reaction for SCP, Confinement for Connor, the Immortal God, and yeah, that's it. Not Immortal God, I think Immortal something, I'm not sure. I have to refill my memory. Well, again, the refill my memory will do by reaction. So for this one I try to do it in the art style of Confinement, which I would say, man, I think like one is different than the shape of the ear, the line of space by the head, and maybe body structure. But also decided to do an interesting twist, turn my OCs into SCPs. So find some free number, which again does not occupy by any SCPs. Okay, I would say, okay, maybe it's kind of selfish, I would say. Like I find some number which is not occupied, I just decide to use this number. I think other people who like make fun SCPs for their YouTube videos or drawings, they usually just come up with a completely brand new, well yeah, usually put the J, put other completely new ending to the SCP number. But I decided to use like a real SCP number, like it's a real SCP. It's not. I mean, I could probably create a... Can I actually create a page? I never actually created a SCP page before. And I mean, I don't even have desire. Okay, I do have desire, but I'm not sure it's my SCP's ideas work. So fair, plus I don't think I have enough dedication to do this. Like I have some desires to do some works with wikis, Phanomes, well actually it's the same thing. Like Wiki and Phanome is the same thing, like, but I think Phanome is like more easier to find what you need. Because I think it's actually the website name. Just sometimes we call it Wiki for simplifying. And TV troops, I want to do some work with them, like add some, like set the worst premade ever, like make a page for them. What else I want to do? Also I want to make a Phantom, like a brand new Phantom about, like, villain Phantom, hero Phantom, superpower Phantom. I want to do species Phantom, like different species Phantom, like with every species possible. Like I think I want to like add Kryptonians, Mr. Mixix, Joker chemical person, or like person which affected by S chemicals. Like I'm trying to do this, like every possible species, like humans from different universe, humans who are affected by chemicals, humans who are mutants, humans, basically that's being that. And also robots from Job Simulator. But I think I just went into deep into terminology, like trying to describe biology, like every freaking biological fact about human to Kryptonians. Like I become too scientific and yet couldn't pull up it anymore. Well, how much? It was also a lot of spelling mistakes and I soon lost interest. Also, I guess with those websites, I will do work on them, but I guess I don't have enough dedication and desire to spell. Plus, it's required me to do a lot of spelling, think how to spell it, and check my grammar, and that stuff, so I kind of decide not to get into that much. And like hoping maybe one day they just do this. And for this one, there's also one reason why my SCP will never probably get an official page. I mean, it's not like I want them to have an official page. But again, yeah, I think it's like, first of all, it's not like very original ideas of just a clones. For them, I decided to there will be just a clones which is identical genetically, like super identical genetically, and maybe some not human anatomy. Like maybe they just pull inside, they have no organs and that stuff. And also again, basically the personality, and for information, decided to, first of all, each of them will have the separate number, like SCP, man, I don't remember when SCP number give. Also just describing them and what condition they possibly can have, like how positive can possibly have the, what's the name, ADD? No, not ADD. Okay, when it comes up the images, I will bloody read it to you. And maybe do that stuff. For Horny, I also try to do the nice effect of him like leaning back with the this top of the body being smaller, this bottom of the body being bigger. I think I did nail it. Point of me will be jumping on the bed, next of me being laying on the bed. Also I will add some bags underneath his eyes to add the effect of him being dark. And Greedy me with Moody me will be playing this rock paper scissors. Now talking about this one, SCP 7218, the Me family. Euclid, because again they live in people and they kinda unpredictable. Okay, I would say lots of them are pretty chill. Like I would say the only one who trying to escape is Point of Me, but his plans are not so great. Also the Moody me is hard to handle because he is very easily triggered. Well, not easily, but he can be triggered and very dangerous. And also again, it's very basic SCP, just basically clones. And I think there's like enough SCP which are basically clones. So that's enough, and the reason why they probably will never be real SCPs. Well, first of all, I'm not even going to try to make a page about them. Like we're not gonna understand how to make a page for SCP, so I'm not even gonna try. And plus, I don't think I have like strong desire to do it. So it's like desire to try, but I don't think I will try and actually do something. That's like, I don't know, some stuff. And once again, Blue Eyes. Okay, right now reading SCP 7218/1 Blue Eyes. Possible ADHD. Okay, I'm not gonna confirm that he have it. I don't know, maybe he have it. I would say he kinda hyperactive. Which actually kinda make it very sad because I kinda like to bully Point of Me. And it's kinda mean if I think about it, him having this. Although to be fair, man, I think Mikey from Michelangelo had the same condition. And like they bully the hell out of him as well. But those do show some love. Although to be fair, I think like the only one who does not show love to him is Next Me, who's trying to be serious and loves to get annoyed by these antics. Like I would say with other characters can have a nice relationship. Especially with Horny. I think the only reason they fight and there's a lady and they trying to treat with her and each one of them want to have their own beats. Now great, next Me by number 2, the Grey Eyes, Insomnia, well, because he always talk to work, and OCD. Okay, I'm not sure about the CD, that's why I read possible CDs. Like I don't, okay, no, he does not have CDs. Like the foundation thing he does, but he just working seriously and hate and the work is not being done. So, to be fair, I have a bonus, I just I want to some interesting facts and I want to add this fact. And I was sure I'm not like a guy who knows lots about this stuff, and if my knowledge is false, I would gladly do apologize if it's actually false. And if I got the representation wrongly, I really apologize. And if you think I'm not taking this seriously, also very apologize. But yeah. Okay, so number 3 will be horny me, high libido, like I think it's like not a serious condition. Well, again, sometimes can be serious, sometimes can turn into addiction. And I'll say horny me is addictive. Yellow eyes and joints, well yeah, I would say, okay, like say identical, but like they greedy me like the only one who can walk only by crawling or jumping or that stuff, like he's have some joint problem. I would say like he's super greedy, like he is kleptomaniac, is it the word kleptomaniac, when you steal constantly? Well, I'll say he's like obsessive, maybe I should give him OCD. Nah, I don't think he have OCD as well. I would say, which is a part of me which do 100% for games. And then come up with challenges, like he's a part of me that she's dead. Now number 5 will be red eyes, and the strongest of the team, it will be moody me with some anger bursts. And for this one, also decided to do the grey room, because again it's basically the same room which corner lived in, and it was a reference image. Although I don't think the cracks in the wall was this big. Also, yeah, I don't think much I can say, so... Okay, for negative, for moody me I would say he's not look natural on this bed, like the bed legs, like he kinda put legs in front of the bed legs, but still sits like he's on the bed. Maybe I should move bed a little bit, or maybe move him, although I think I did try it, but it didn't look natural to me, so I decided to keep this way unnatural. Probably just kite his legs, I'm not sure. Now for next view, nice city position, and I would say it's actually nice city position, I like the city position. Was it a little bit humped there? Oh, okay, I would say maybe I didn't nail the body, like I would say in the original one the body are way slenderer and way taller. Like I did them pretty much short and chibi. But maybe it could be aesthetic of them, maybe they actually shorter than a real person. But I would say they kinda look unnatural than a real person. Okay, I would say the only unnatural things about the real person would be the hair. Like I would say generally like look pretty realistic. Or maybe the beard, like the beard would be like a duct tape. Which is actually a real beard, but it looks like duct tape. So maybe in some cases it can be look pretty realistic. I'm not sure in which cases. Now for next one, let's bloody go! It's the last one for this batch. So actually the next thumbnail is thumbnail for this video. For this thumbnail video, like I originally decided to do something like next to me with broken fingers. Like because again of my recently not so moodiness to draw. And like again targets. So nah, I decided to do something more with more details. Like next to me just brain dead. Well, not brain dead, overheating from all those drawings. Although my drawings are not that complicated. I would say, yeah, they're not bloody that complicated, but I don't know, for interesting or brokenness, I decided to pretend they actually are that complicated. With him like bloody laying and being overtired. I don't know if right now I want to sleep, and after maybe finishing this I will take a short nap with the timer, because I also need to montage what I'm recording right now. And again upload it. Okay, not in a big rush, because there's not much in neediness for this one. Okay, I would say maybe it's kind of holding in the storage of my memories, but again not that much, and plus some other project can just wait. Oh wait, actually, man, my colors changed. I actually didn't notice this. How did you notice this? I'm pretty sure my colors was in typical triangle, but right now they look in these sketches. I don't think I ever turned to the sketches, or maybe they did, I just don't remember this. Okay, so also we'll do the horny me and positive me. While the horny me will question what the hell. Okay, right now my colors. You see my colors? When I was drawing, I think they was in simple triangles, because I like this triangle. I don't think I ever used this thing. But I accidentally used this thing. I didn't notice it. How the hell it's even possible? Or maybe I was borrowing colors for this time. No, I don't think maybe I was borrowing colors. Actually, I think I'm recently start trying to not borrow colors from my characters, trying to recreate them. Which again, I don't know, I would do... Okay, mostly for positive and negative, I usually just pick the correct color for that. For horny and greedy and moody me, the new OCs, I just find the old image of them and borrow colors from them. Like the eyes, jacket and that stuff. Now I'm trying to not do this, I'm trying to recreate the colors perfectly. Now for negative, for horny me, he will be cut a little bit behind the box, outside the box, with the hair and the arms, and most of the finger which poking on him, which saying, I think his brain overheated. And for horny me, he just will encourage him to continue working. Also adding some paper there to show that he was drawing, and a pencil. Also without liners of paper, but I want to just do it at least very simple way. I would say the characters look pretty funny, but they have this weird people for all the poses may have this weird people on the next to his eyes, but it's just my brain line. I would say the hair of them look pretty different from each other, which is again sad fact because it's supposed to be pins, but I guess sometimes I kinda just do it perfectly. And on other stuff, not much can say. I mean the arms, okay, the arms from MT1 look pretty huge. Although maybe I also colored his suit pretty brightish. Yeah, I totally colored his suit pretty brightish. I think it's supposed to be the same as, well, not the same, more brighter than horny me jacket. The other stuff, I don't know, it's kinda, that's it. That's the last drawing for today. So, I hope you like it. I mean, I think you, those videos usually get some nice likes. Like, I think like every of my drawing the thumbnails have at least one like. So it's like a nice working series on my channel. As in fact, like, the only one like videos will be my animation, other drawings, and some drawings of famous characters. The other stuff not so liked and not so watched. Well, watched but not so much. So I actually really hope you enjoyed. Now, not much can say, so go to my social media, go to other two channels, like, share, support, and do that stuff. You can check my Patreon with all access to stuff. I will not gonna say shout out people here, I will shout out them on only my DT channel and a NPC channel. About the stuff, yeah, I'm gonna put this on montage and maybe take a small nap. Or maybe finish the recording and put like a small nap. I think it's the second time I said I will finish this recording and take a small nap. Because I like napping. And I usually try to record earlier. Or late. So like earlier than I need to sleep because I didn't sleep enough. And late because it's already time for me to sleep. On this note, I hope you have a nice day. Roll and spin. Bye bye.